Hey folks, welcome back to another edition of Play Branson, where you get to know Branson's entertainers better. My name is Chris Meyer. I'm going to be your host for the show today. And today on the show, I have Dave and Denise Hamner. Denise has never been on the show. Dave, it's been several years. And the rumor has it they're going to bring a live animal. So you're going to have to stay tuned to see if that rumor actually becomes true or not. But we're looking forward to talking to them today. It's the middle of October. It's still a great time to come to Branson. The fall colors, you still got a couple weeks left before things switch over to Ozark Mountain Christmas. So if you need to get away and do it quickly to catch the fall colors and the fall activities, you got to do it fast. I have some crazy and random facts today, or things that make you go, and most of it is just pure useless information. So here we go. I did not know this. McDonald's once made bubblegum flavored broccoli. I did not know that. There's only one letter that doesn't appear in any U.S. state name, and that is Q. A cow-bison hybrid is called a beefalo. That's interesting. And armadillo shells are bulletproof. Well, I guess I can't shoot them now. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Interesting fact there. I have a lot of armadillos in my yard. If you want to come shoot them and see if that's true, you're more than welcome to. We'll be back in just a second with Dave and Denise Hamner. Stay tuned. Hey folks, welcome back to Play Branson. And today I have Dave and Denise Hamner on the show. And first time for Denise, she's never been on the show. Dave's been on the show a couple of years ago, but it's also another first. We have a live parrot on the show. And so this may be an interesting episode. We'll see what happens. So welcome y'all to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. We love working with you and Trip him and all the folks there and Play Branson. We love doing that with you. And so thank you for all you do in supporting us and helping us out down at the theater.
Yeah, and so tell people how you guys got into this business. And of course, we'll want to talk about the bird, but kind of give us a history lesson of the Hamners.
Do you want to take it, sweetheart, or do you want me to take it?
Go right ahead.
I was a guest evangelist at a church camp, a lot younger than I am now, and I saw this cute little counselor and kind of met her and saw that she had a heart for the kids and the young people, and so did I. And I don't think it was love at first sight, but there was an interest there. And so we had our first date the following Sunday when I preached in a local church, and her whole family showed up. And so then Denise and I began this relationship, but I was already doing illusions and working with doves and everything. And I told her my vision. I'd like to go on the road and do evangelism with a big illusion show. And I needed a pretty assistant that was willing to get in boxes. And she was the right size. So
oh my gosh.
Denise and I, the Lord put us together. And then I told her about my other vision that I'd like to have not just with birds, but I'd like to have parrots and everything. And we started this act with parrots. And we got a cockatoo, we got a blue and gold at the time. I didn't know that we're going to turn into like 14 parrots. And at one time we had 28 parrots living in a house with us.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a jungle. And so we began to train and we put together this bird act, and it got some notoriety. People started looking at it. The Osmonds looked at it and they brought us out to Branson. So we got off the road after 17 years and we worked this parrot act, and then it got on the World's Greatest Magic on NBC, and then a lot of people start calling us. But we love Branson, the family oriented, God and country philosophy, and that's kind of our philosophy, and that's what we wanted to do. So we've been out here off and on for 22 years. Wow. We have our own theater now. That's in a nutshell, the history in a nutshell. Yeah. And we have a show called Hamner's Unbelievable at Hamner's Variety Theater. And every year we try to change it up. We've got some new stuff, which you're going to see a clip a little later, I think. we're so excited about the new direction, kind of a new branding for our show, but it's family oriented. We bring out some great concepts of patriotism and of love for God and country in the framework of the show. We don't preach at them. We let the show kind of do its thing. Yeah. But we have some of the greatest acts in the world. We have Anthony Sumiatin on the sear wheel from Moscow. We have Maria Sarek that does the silk act and all the illusions helping us now. We also have Jeff Brandt doing a great job with us, Tamara Tinoco, great singers. We had Johnny Lone Star doing his rope act, which was on America's Got Talent. He was season 2, finished in the top 20, a finalist. We also have some other great acts in the show. Downtown Kenny Brown is our comedian. He lights them up. The people just love him, does a lot of stuff. We have a new Star Wars segment that is very funny. The audience is going to love that. A lot of different things going on. Sherry Navarre, great singer, dancer. And then, of course, we got our great team of people on the stage. We have Corey Martin, who does the animation of the gorilla, Chiquita, and does a lot of other great things. We have Antonio Koenig, just a lot of folks. It's a great show with dynamics.
So it's a lot of variety. So so when you first started this, like, and you were really doing this like as a ministry for a long time before you came to Branson.
Yes. I went to Bible college and went to seminary, I call it seminary. Went to Talbot Theological, and it's a well-known seminary on the West Coast. Great teaching. Just very conservative and dynamic teaching. And I love to preach. So on Sundays, we have Branson Gospel Sunday service. We bring in entertainers from around town that are gospel oriented, and they sing, and then I get to preach every Sunday. Yeah.
So Denise, let's talk about the bird a little bit.
Okay.
So I know you've been hanging on tight to him. But talk about this bird.
Oh. What do you want to know? She's spoiled rotten. That's all I know, and she's the boss. But she's about 2, and she's probably the smartest of our flock. And this is her first experience out.
First time out. And so do you train them? Do they talk? Like, I don't know anything about birds.
We have her flying open out to the audience. So we throw her and she circles around and comes back.
Okay.
And she'll talk later, I'm sure. Okay. But since she's young, she's just a handful. That's
and so and so you have a lot. You have a lot more birds.
12. We have 12 exotics, and out of all of them that I've trained, I've hand raised them as babies. So they come home with me and follow me around, and I train them. And
she hand feeds them too.
Hand feed them. I mean, I'm in bed and the little nest is right there with me. So when they start flapping, I get up every 4 hours and hand feed them until they're fully grown. Then they start walking around. I go, okay, they're getting ready to, flap around. And then I'm like, okay. And then usually when they take off in the house and fly down the hallway, then I go, okay, she's ready to go to the theater. And that's when I do training from that point on. And then I leave them there. I introduce them to the other family that they have that they didn't know they had. So that's quite interesting. So.
Yeah. And so how long have you been doing this with these birds then?
Well.
As long as you've known me.
A long time.
30-something years.
Kind of got thrown into it, yes.
31 years,
Yeah.
Interesting.
She was the dairy farmer's daughter.
Yeah.
She didn't know what she was getting into.
Yeah, I trained dogs and cats, or horses and everything else, not parrot. No, this I would have never dreamed.
Done.
No.
Yeah.
This is a lot.
And she's great at what she does. She's a very nurturing person, and she handles these birds. By the way, Max is a hyacinth macaw. They're on a critically endangered species list in the wild, which is Central and South America. There are less than 5,000 of these beautiful creatures left in the wild. And when people come to our theater, they get to see this, see Max, and they get to see Max fly around the room. They may never in a few years be able to see that again because their numbers in the wild are diminishing. Huh. We're trying to do an aggressive domestic breeding program here in America, but they may never catch up quite,
Yeah.
So, but come to our theater, Hamner's Variety Theater. You can see Max and all of her family, and it's an interesting thing.
We're going to take a stop right here, and we'll be back with more here in just a moment. So hang tight.
There are so many things to do in Branson. You need help planning and booking all your fun. You need ibranson.com. You can find everything Branson has to offer from your computer, tablet, or cell phone. You can even buy tickets online or talk to one of their friendly Branson travel specialists. There's no sales pitches, no delivery fees, no service fees, and no waiting. It's fast and easy. Find your fun at ibranson.com. Do it all online or call 877-ENTERTAIN. That's 877-368-3782. ibranson.com.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. I am here with Dave and Denise Hamner, and we've been talking about this bird. And what is the bird's name? Does it have a
Maximus.
name? Maximus, okay.
But we found out it's a Maxine.
It's a Maxine.
After that, so it was a little bit of issues, so we just kept it at Maximus.
Now, do you have to have a special permit to have these?
No.
Well, we have to be approved by the health department and the FDA and all that kind of stuff. They come in and check out. And I got to say this, Denise is great because of her training as a young girl coming up with the 4-H and everything of animals and her love for animals. The cages are immaculate. The room is set up perfectly. Each of them have their own individual cages. And so they're all set up in a perfect environment, and we always get the highest grade when they come and check out our situation.
And so these birds are used in your magic illusions.
Yes.
And so a lot of times they are appearing out of the middle of nowhere.
Nowhere.
And so Dave, you've won, and I don't know if it's just you or you and Denise, however that works.
It's both of us.
How you guys have won a lot of magic awards. Could you talk about a few of those?
Well, we've won the Siegfried and Roy Bronze Lionhead Award, and it was in Las Vegas, and it was a big competition. And a lot of times awards are sometimes appointed, but ones where you go into a competition environment, it takes a lot of chutzpah. And so we did that with our bird act, and they liked these illusions and the birds with the illusions. And then we also did an illusion set a few years later, went back to that World Magic Seminar in Las Vegas. It was the big competition. It was the most prestigious, with Siegfried and Roy heading it up. And we received the, I got to say this right, Las Vegas Magic Masters Award. We were recipients of that for creativity and our grand illusions, which Siegfried and Roy were there. Some of the greats in magic, Johnny Thompson, who we just lost, some of the greats in magic appointed that award as they watched us perform. So it was prestigious, and we were very fortunate and feel honored that our magic fraternity gave us this award. And felt that way about our illusions and our uniqueness of what we bring to the table.
Yeah. Denise, if someone's never seen your show, and I know Dave kind of mentioned all the different people in the show, but kind of take people through the show, and what could they expect?
I think it's a exciting, like you're going on a thrill ride. It's like the America's Got Talent. It has the singing and the dancing, the comedy, the emotion. We try to have you experience every emotion, and I think we do a pretty good job of it. You know, the ending of our show is very emotional. We honor the vets, and no one has anything like it in the world. We created it. I don't want to give it away, but
so you have to go see it.
You have to go see it. Just for the ending alone.
But it's an illusion magic trick, or can we even say that or not?
To me, you know, throughout the 2 hours, you don't know what to expect that's coming after one event, then something else comes. Right. And that's why I feel like we're actually the true variety show in Branson. A lot of people say variety, it's variety of music, variety of instruments. We actually have the acts, so it's one thing leads into another. And that's what I feel that separates us from all the other shows in Branson.
Yeah. Talk to us about COVID. Like, obviously, every show shut down for a while, but now most shows are open. Kind of what's your experience been during this whole time frame?
It's been rough. When we were shut down, I would be at the theater every day with the animals anyway. So I would be with them, try to keep them going like it's a routine. I would have to go show up, feed them, fly them, train them, and it was just hard being in the theater with nobody. And, you know, we're also hungry to open because we opened for that short time. And, you know, when you see your gift shop full, you had everything full, ready to go, and it was shut down. It was a rough experience, but we did what we needed to do, and we're going to keep going. And we spent, you know, days and weeks on getting it all cleaned up and study different chemicals to put on your chairs and what was the best and all of that. So we did all that and went chair to chair and floor to floor and kept it going. It was rough.
And so you guys have been open. Did you guys open in May?
Back in May when they said we could open up. We complied with everything. When they said we had to shut down, we shut down. When they said we could open up, I think we took another week to get things really ready in the theater to take that time. And then we opened, I think, the 27th or 28th of May. We did open back up.
And so the folks that have gone to the show, like, what's been the feeling of those people? Like, do you interact with them? And
well, I usher every show, and they don't know who I am.
Right.
And so I do like when they walk in, they'll say, "Oh, Guy, this is a clean theater. I see the mask go down. They feel safe." This was before all the big rules. And but I like that they felt safe. They loved when they sat down, they could take it off and enjoy the show. We do the distancing.
We do the distancing.
We
yes,
do
6
everything,
feet.
you know. So when they come in, I'm happy that they feel safe enough to want to take it off, that we're clean and they see it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And folks, to me, this is just another example of what our entertainment community is doing in Branson. And they're really trying hard to make it a safe environment for people to come see live entertainment. And as we've stated many times on this show, Branson is one of the safest vacation destinations in the country. They're taking a lot of precautions, and quite frankly, entertainers need you to come to these shows because that's how they stay in business. And so we want to just invite you to come to Branson, be entertained. And I know there's a lot of stress, anxiety out there now. There's just a lot of concern that's in our country. And Dave, maybe you see this maybe with your ministry, but Branson's kind of a place where people can go and get refreshed and recharged. And
I think Branson's a positive town because there's a spirituality that's real here. And I know in every town there's the real and then there's the phony. But Branson, most of the people that I've ever met here, and even the entertainers, they do love God. They do love this country, and they're very sincere about their faith. And a lot of them will share that a little bit without being preachy from their shows. We do it just a fraction. We're not a gospel show, so we don't pound or preach, but we do share our love for God and country. And I think that sincerity goes across the people. And you talked about safety. We have taken the precautions. All of my friends with other theater owners and shows have done the same thing.
Right.
And we're doing the best. We want our tourists and our people that come to see us to have a great experience, to be healthy, to be safe, and to enjoy it. And we do want them to get away from the fear that seems to have gripped America in all kinds of different ways. We see a lot of unrest. We see the fear of the COVID thing. But we want them to come here with their families to know that we've taken all the precautions, it can be safe, and they can enjoy and get away from all of that. Just even if it's for a few days, they can come here and do that and have a great time with their families, their friends, and their spouses. Just come here.
yeah. What I want to do is I want to take just a few minutes and talk about, you have other shows in your theater as well. And so can you mention those other shows?
Oh, yes, I can. We have the ABBA and the Beach Boys, and they're the award-winning group of singers and dancers. They do a bang-up job. It's 4 young people, and they just knock it out of the park. And then we've got ABBA and the Beach Boys. Then we got Mike Walker, who has his impression show. And all these are award-winning acts. They're awesome entertainers. And so they're doing great. The people come and they can enjoy them too. And once again, we do the precautionary things there. We separate the people, try to get 6 feet distance. and we're doing the social distancing right there. So we're trying to help everyone to feel when they come in there that everything is safe and sound, and we're going to have a great experience. Yeah. Those shows are great shows, great entertainers doing a wonderful job, and they can come and see them. They play at different times during the day. So the Beach Boys sometimes have a morning show, and then they have a 5 and an 8 o'clock show then on Friday nights. And so there's about 6 shows a week, I think, that they're doing right now, 6 to 8 shows a week. Mike Walker plays the matinee slots Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 2 o'clock. And then, of course, our show plays Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday night at 8. That's our schedule right now, 4 shows a week to see Hamners Unbelievable.
Okay, so pretty much with 4 shows a week, whenever they're here, they can come see the show.
They can come on over, and they can get their tickets right through you folks.
We promote ibranson.com here on the show.
Exactly.
And so we tell people they can get them there. Now, if they want to just go direct to your website, what is the website?
HamnersUnbelievable.com.
HamnersUnbelievable.com. You guys can find out more about their show. Once again, it is a true variety show, lots of different types of acts, and it's pretty fast paced, and they're going to see a lot of different things. So folks, I think we have survived having the parrot on the show, and it's been kind of entertaining, but we made it. And so you can see this parrot as well as a bunch of other birds in the act, live in the show. And so it's pretty darn amazing. I think you're going to be blown away. So go see Hamner's Unbelievable show. Right? Did I get the right wording?
That's it.
Okay, I got it. Hey folks, welcome back to the show. We survived having a parrot on the show, and so hopefully you found that entertaining and interesting. Their show over at the Hamners Variety Theater, the Hamners Unbelievable, right now is running 8 o'clock 4 nights a week, and so be sure to check that out. You can buy your tickets at ibranson.com, or you can call those folks at 877-ENTERTAIN. Once again, I mentioned earlier, the Christmas season starts soon, so begin making your plans now to see Christmas shows, enjoy the lights, shopping, all sorts of things here to do. Be sure to go to our Facebook page and like us at facebook.com/PlayBranson. You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, or PlayBranson.com. Thanks for watching. If you want a certain entertainer on the show in the future, send us a message and we'll do our best to get them on. Have a great day.